Hello? Hello? Good evening, everyone. And welcome to the 8th and 9th grade Academic Awards Ceremony. Before we begin, I ask you to please silence your cell phones so that this evening's program may proceed smoothly. Thank you. Now please stand for the posting of the colors by the Wareham High School Jrotc cadets. We have a slight change to our program. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Indiana Troop, 8th grade class president.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce Mr. Palladino, principal of Wareham High School.
Distinct, huh? Yeah, I appreciate that. That's awesome. I'd like to welcome everyone to tonight's Grade 8 and 9 Academic Awards Ceremony. 9 days from tonight, we will hand out over $250,000 in local scholarships to our seniors in the class of 2019. Tonight, we will recognize some of our best and brightest in the 8th and 9th grade at Wareham High School. Before we get started, I would like to thank all the parents and guardians here tonight. I know these achievements wouldn't be possible without your support. I would also like to thank members of our school committee and our superintendent, Dr. Sheva Hood, for attending tonight. I would also like to thank the members of the Site-Based Management Committee on recognizing student achievement for their efforts throughout the school year. Members include Ms. Bean, Ms. Kavicki, Ms. Benassi, Ms. Driscoll, Ms. Gomes-Vieira, Sergeant First Class Hudson, Ms. Jane, Ms. Marchsalt, Ms. Nobriga, Ms. Oman, Ms. Solano, Ms. Souza, Colonel Stanton, Ms. Terrasconi, Ms. Whalen, and Ms. Zach. They have spent many hours volunteering after school to make sure we recognize these deserving students seated in front of us tonight. I would also like to thank Ms. Abraham for all her work she did performing the coordination of the certificates, behind the scenes, and everything else she did to make tonight special. Most importantly, I would like to thank the 8th and 9th grade students for doing what you do at Wareham High School. You are role models for all of our students at Wareham High School to emulate. Tonight is your night to be recognized for the great work you have put forth over the school year. Thank you, and enjoy the ceremony. I'd like to introduce our superintendent, Dr. Sheva Hood.
Thank you. Good evening. It's my pleasure to extend a warm welcome to you for attending this evening's celebration. A study was released in 2018. It was conducted by Robert Spingler and Damon. It analyzed data from high school students. This information was first collected in 1960 and followed the students for 50 years. Recently, participants were randomly selected to respond 50 years later. The study showed those who demonstrated high interest in academic achievement during high school reported higher incomes and greater occupational prestige than their peers who reported less interest. This was the first longitudinal study to test the role of student characteristics and behavior. This study demonstrated something which we know. What students do in school matters. Students, you've established a foundation that includes goal setting and maintaining a strong work ethic. Not only will you reap the benefits of your hard work now, but by maintaining your strong commitment, you will continue to set yourself ahead of your peers now and in the future. Your presence here tonight demonstrates your commitment to doing your best, making positive decisions, and fostering a high interest in success. Your efforts, perseverance, and dedication to your academics has been recognized and soon, tonight, will be celebrated. Thank you for your efforts and your excellence this year, and I look forward to celebrating your continued success. Congratulations.
Again, good evening and welcome to the 8th and 9th grade academic awards ceremony. We are gathered to honor student achievement. Each and every student here tonight has demonstrated excellence. The teachers and administrators of Wareham High School join with the parents and families in expressing our pride in their accomplishments. Let me outline tonight's awards. Our first award of the evening are presented to those students who have the highest academic average in a specific class. They will be presented by a faculty representative of the academic department. This will be followed by the teacher awards. Each teacher at WHS has the opportunity to recognize one remarkable student from among all of their students. These recipients are a very select group, those who display outstanding qualities in attitude, dependability, and scholarship. After the teacher awards, the deans will present an award for a student from each class that has shown growth throughout the school year. Then, Mr. Palladino will announce his special attendance awards. This will be followed by recognition of the top 10 students in each class, the Gold Scholars. The name says it all. These students have the 10 highest cumulative academic averages within each of their classes. Now, I will quickly outline the routine for the presentations. When your name is called, please come forward to the stage by way of the right-hand ramp. Come on the stage, accept your award, shake hands, and then exit to the other side of the stage. If you are following someone, please pause on the right side of the stage while the student in front of you receives his or her award. Then approach the presenter. I urge you to stay for the whole program. Even if you have received an award, you may be called later in the program for an additional award. Show your support to your friends and classmates, be polite, and leave at the end of the program. Please hold your applause until all the names in a group have been called. Now, to start our proceedings, I would like to introduce Mrs. Rosenfield, retired foreign language teacher, to read the names of our recipients. She will be joined by Miss Dion to hand out the Career and Technology Awards.
Good evening, and congratulations to all the students receiving awards this evening. For Career and Technology, Mrs. Dion will be handing out the awards. Maya Brown, Technology Design Lab 1, Kevin DeColibus, Technology Design Lab 1, Evelyn Delore, Personal Finance, Megan England, Technology Design Lab 1, Hannah Gazal, Grade 8 Leadership, Allison Horton, Technology Design Lab 1. Please come forward. Wilden Lawrence, Technology Design Lab 1. Callie Morrell, Grade 8 Young Entrepreneurship. Addison Pimentel, Grade 8 Leadership. Sean Pollock, Technology Design Lab 1. Molly Roberts, Culinary Arts 1. Abby Wixton, Technology Design Lab 1. Please come forward. Mrs. Dion? Mrs. Kavicki's next. And now I am pleased to introduce Mrs. Kavicki to hand out the Foreign Language Awards. Megan Englund, Spanish 1. Bridget Irving, French 1. Anthony Malcolm, French 1. Nicole Montero, Spanish 1. Courtney Osborne, Spanish 1 Honors. Jessica Pendervicina, Spanish 1. Molly Roberts, Spanish 1. Luke Sprague, French 1 Honors. And Mackenzie Staples, Spanish 1. Please come forward. Thank you, Mrs. Kavicki. And now I am pleased to introduce Mrs. Dion again to hand out the Fine Arts and Music Awards. Julia Botino, Grade 8 Digital Arts. Oceana Davis, Grade 8 Digital Arts. Mason Dunphy, Grade 8 Digital Arts. Mackenzie Lopez, Grade 8 Digital Arts. Liam Riley, Grade 8 Digital Arts. Frederick Rosen, Grade 8 Digital Arts. And Wendy Soot, Concert Band. Please come forward. Thank you, Mrs. Dion. And now I'm pleased to introduce Mr. Murray to hand out the Humanities Awards. Drayson Andrade, Grade 8 English Language Arts. Lance Campina, English 9 Honors. Marissa Corrier, Creative Writing. Mia Cromwell, English 9. Karina Holmgren, Grade 9 English. James Houghton, Grade 8 English Language Arts. Madison Jones, Grade 8 English Language Arts. Please come forward. Abigail Little, grade 8 English Language Arts. Layla Maxim, English 9. Callie Morrell, grade 8 English Language Arts. Cassandra Oldfield, English 9. Jessica Pendervicina, English 9. Kent Silva, English 9. And Jaden Travers, English 9 honors. Please come forward. Joseph Ernick, grade 8 English Language Arts. Brendan Vega, English 9. Malia Wallace, grade 8 English Language Arts. Faith Wills, English 9 honors. Layla Maxim, Core English 9. Kent Silva, Core English 9. Please come forward. Social Studies. Mr. Murray will also hand these awards out. Giovanni Auguste, World History. Mackenzie Broadley, World History. Alexander Burdick, World History. Marissa Courier, World History. Mason Dunphy, World History. Robert Haskell, Grade 8 Social Studies. Please come forward. Colleen Hogan, World History. James Houghton, World History. Madison Jones, World History. Ala Kalini, World History. Molly Logan, World History. Justin Maxim, Grade 8 Social Studies. Chloe St. Just, World History. Desmond Swartz Sabrowski, Grade 8 Social Studies. And Abby Wixton, U.S. History 1, 1763 to 1877 honors. Please come forward. Thank you, Mr. Murray. And now I am pleased to introduce Mr. Reuter to hand out the Science Awards. Are you ready, Mr. Reuter? Antonio Colon, Grade 8 Science. Olivia Ellis, Grade 8 Science. Allison Horton, Introduction to Astronomy. Madison Jones, Grade 8 Science. Sage Kidder, Grade 8 Science. Wilden Lawrence, Introduction to the Physical World. Please come forward. Alton McCain, Woodworking 1. Callie Morrell, Grade 8 Science. Jordan Morrell, Grade 8 Science. Nathaniel Muir, Grade 8 Science. Cassandra Oldfield, Introduction to the Physical World. Haley Rumble Grenda, Grade 8 STEM. Please come forward. Luke Sprague, Grade 8 Science. Jaden Travers, Introduction to the Physical World Honors. Ryan Tripp, Grade 8 STEM. Jennifer Viveros, Grade 8 Science. Abby Wixton, Biology Honors. Jaden Yates, Introduction to the Physical World. Please come forward. Thank you, Mr. Reuter. See you again. And now I'm pleased to introduce Mrs. Kavicki again to hand out the Mathematics Awards. Gabriella Andrews, Algebra 1. Gabriel Arsenal, Algebra 1. Giovanni Auguste, Grade 8 Mathematics. Destiny Barboza, Algebra 1. Maya Brown, Geometry Honors. Alexandra Bumpus, Algebra 1 Honors. Lance Campina, Algebra 1 Honors. And Ethan Kavakis, Geometry Honors. Please come forward. And we will continue with math. Colin Corey, Grade 8 Mathematics. Marissa Corrier, Algebra 1 Honors. Mason Dunphy, Grade 8 Mathematics. Colby Furtado, Algebra 1. Jasmine Hackett, Grade 8 Mathematics. Madison Jones, Grade 8 Mathematics. Ella Kimmel, Grade 8 Mathematics. And Wilden Lawrence, Algebra 1. Please come forward. Tyler McIver, Grade 8 Mathematics. Callie Morrell, Grade 8 Mathematics. Jason Plager, Algebra 1. Sean Pollock, Algebra 1. Molly Roberts, Geometry. Frederick Rosen, Grade 8 Mathematics. Jaden Travers, Algebra 1. And Joseph Ernick, Grade 8 Mathematics. Please come forward. Thank you, Mrs. Kavicki. And now I am pleased to bring back Mr. Reuter to hand out the Physical Education and JROTC Awards. Beginning with JROTC, Jessica Pendervicina, LET 1A, Introduction to JROTC. Austin Tripp, LET 1B, Introduction to JROTC. Giovanni Auguste, Physical Education, Grade 8. Brendan Behring, Physical Education, Grade 8. Marissa Corrier, Health 9, and Kevin DeColibus, Health 9. Please come forward. Ariana Judge, Health 9. Courtney Osborne, Health 9. Matthew Paling, Physical Education, Grade 8. Molly Roberts, Health 9. Brendan Vega, Health 9. And Abby Wixton, Health 9. Please come forward. And now Mr. Ruda will also hand out the Teachers' Awards, presented to those students who display outstanding qualities in attitude, dependability, and scholarship. Giovanni Auguste, Benjamin Brojali, Maya Brown, Isabella Costa, Kua Dietz, Jacob Frazier, Ever Gordon, Jasmine Hackett, and James Houghton. Please come forward. Ala Kalini, Alton McCain IV, Margot Montero, Cassandra Oldfield, Adrienne Padden, Isabella Russo, Chloe St. Just, Sean Stevens, and Ryan Tripp. Please come forward. Thank you, Mr. Ruda. And now I'm pleased to introduce Mr. Rumble to read the 8th grade Dean of Students Award.
Thank you. The Dean's Award is given for exemplary spirit, unassuming leadership, and an ardent commitment to our school's community. For an 8th grader, these are difficult criteria to openly present every day. The transition from 8th grade to high school was not an easy one for many students. They kind of got stuck without ever being the big duck on the small pond. They came in wide-eyed, shied, and quite frankly, a little bit scared. This year's award winner was no different than his peers. What set him apart is his respect for his peers, our staff, and the educational process. He leads by example in everything he does here in this school. He was not one of our top 10%, but he could not be any closer. And nobody outworks him. This year's Dean's Award was agreed upon by all 3 deans for the class of 2023, and it goes to Giovanni Auguste.
This is my first year as Dean of Students, so this is my very first Dean's Award. When I learned that I'd be giving an award to one of my freshmen, one student stood out immediately. This student spent a good amount of time in my office in the first half of the year. He was often in trouble, and although we had a good relationship from the start, there were a few times that we did indeed butt heads. Even so, we worked together, and we made a plan to have him come to my office when he felt things might get out of hand so I could calm him down before going back to class, and it worked. Eventually, he started coming by just to say hello and have a good day, and then I barely saw him anymore outside of a chance passing in the hallway, where he would always go out of his way to greet me with, "What's up, Miss Santos? Have a good day." This student has changed his attitude and behavior significantly in his first year of high school. Because of this, I'm proud to give my very first Dean's Award to James Thomas. That's okay, I'll call him to my office tomorrow morning. And now I'm pleased to introduce Mr. Palladino, who will present the Special Attendance Awards.
These special awards are for perfect attendance for the 2018-2019 academic year. As principal of Wareham High School, it gives me great pleasure to present these awards tonight. At WHS, we have a saying, you have to be on the job to do the job. This was something one of my mentors preached to the WHS staff. This year, the following students exemplified being on the job and doing the job. The Wareham High School Perfect Attendance Awards go to Giovanni Auguste, Brendan Baring, Maya Brown, Ethan Kavakis, Marissa Corrier, Jessica Janik, Marion Karam, Salim Karam, Alden McCain, Madison Murphy, Kinsey Navarro, Laura Pinkston, and Abby Wixton. The last award this evening are the most prestigious, the Gold Scholar Awards, presented to the top 10 academically ranked students in each class. They will be presented by myself, Ms. Freitas, and the deans, Mr. Rumbold and Ms. Santos. First up, the top 10 students from the class of 2023, presented by Mr. Rumbold. The Gold Scholars for the class of 2023, Laura Clements, Cole Ducharme, Shaylin Fernandez, Autumn Francis, Jessica Janik, Kinsey Navarro, James Pinkham, Isabella Russo, Peyton Smith, and Indiana Troop. And now, Ms. Santos will hand out the awards for the Gold Scholars in the class of 2022. Amaya Anderson, Sheridan Bancroft, Candace Beach, Benjamin Pajoli, Maverick Kavakis, Chloe Hogan, Emily Keating, Adrian Patton, Olivia Powers, and Emily Ann Schluter. Before we turn it over to Ms. Tarasconi for the final thoughts, I'd just like to bring Ms. Freitas back up here one more time and recognize Ms. Freitas. She has served the Wareham Public Schools for about 29 years in many different capacities. Ms. Freitas, can you come back out here? And this will be her last awards night for the 8th and 9th graders. We want to recognize her commitment to excellence here at Wareham High School. She is definitely the person behind the scenes that keeps everything going and making sure we have everything in order, specifically as of recent, the standardized testing. Having the 8th graders over here this year has been quite a challenge, especially in the spring with all the testing, and Ms. Freitas handles this behind the scenes, and everything runs as smooth as you can imagine. So if we can just give Ms. Freitas a round of applause. Thank you, everyone. There'll be more recognition for her moving forward, but this will be the last opportunity for the 8th and 9th graders to recognize her, and appreciate all that she's done for all of the students here throughout all those years. So thank you. I'll turn it over to Ms. Tarasconi for some closing remarks.
All right, thank you all for attending our ceremony this evening. Parents and grandparents, your teen's achievement truly is a testament to your support and encouragement. Before we close, the Academic Awards Committee would like to express our appreciation and gratitude to someone who is an essential component of the program. Please help us show our appreciation for our pianist, Grace Berjoli. The committee would also love to thank Mrs. Rosenfield for reading all of those names. Also, thank you to the JROTC cadets, the custodial staff of WHS, and all the teacher volunteers. This night would not be a success without all of you and your efforts. Thank you. Have a good night.